I'm Nancy Leader on the Zeta Report.
Pandemics happen a few times every century. This past century, pandemics have occurred in 1918, 1957, and 1968. The pandemic in 1918 was the most devastating, killing an estimated 40 million people worldwide. Birds, pigs, and humans can share a flu virus, which recombines to infect a new species. The 1918 pandemic involved both a bird flu and proximity to pigs. A very high percentage of those infected died, primarily those in their prime, who died, ironically, because their immune systems were strong, causing their lungs to fill up and hemorrhage. No samples of the 1918 virus were handy, none saved, though some bodies may have been exhumed, but samples of the 1957 bird virus are available. For this reason, the first serious attempt by someone to create another pandemic occurred in 2005. In April 2005, it was discovered that the 1957 pandemic virus had been released by a U.S. lab to some 4,000 labs worldwide, packaged with other flu viruses for identification purposes. Controls were such that the FBI concluded this could not have been an accident. It was deliberate.
Is someone or some group trying to create a pandemic? Per the Zetas, this attempt to reinstate the 1957 virus was on behalf of the Bush-Cheney administration.
Bioterrorism has become the boogeyman because it is convenient to contain the populace suddenly, should martial law or its equivalent be desired. Infection affecting those neighborhoods likely to riot and not housing friends of Bush could be quarantined. The H5N1 bird flu has proved to be a disappointment for those trying to create a pandemic. It settles deep in the lungs of the humans who have been infected by birds and thus does not easily pass person to person. Despite all the hype, only a few hundred individuals have died compared with the normal flu season deaths, which approach 500,000 worldwide. Nevertheless, in December 2008, the H5N1 virus was released by Baxter Labs in flu packages for the preparation of vaccines. This places H5N1 in close proximity to human flu viruses, encouraging deadly recombinant activity. Again, this was not an accident, as the controls in place preclude such an accident. Again, this was deliberate. This was a last-minute attempt to succeed at keeping Bush-Cheney in office. Baxter's supposed slip was no accident. It was an attempt to create a mutant virus in humans. All it would take would be a single human-to-human contact, highly contagious, to create pandemic fears. Zeta Talk. Now we have the Mexican version of swine flu, which at first looked like it might replicate the 1918 pandemic. The death rate was high. The virus had human and bird and swine flu variants within it.
What was that recombinant again? Human virus, bird virus, and 3 different kinds of pigs. North American, European, and Asian. How'd that happen? And they can't find any sick pigs.
This was immediately recognized as a genetically engineered virus. Fortunately, it fizzled. After the initial death rate in Mexico, it proved to be a mild flu worldwide. Per the Zetas, the strong version of this Frankenstein monster was killed by those initially infected, leaving only a weaker cousin to be passed to other humans. And who stands to benefit from such a pandemic? Per the Zetas, we should follow the money. Tamiflu and other antivirals are seeing their sales go out the roof, and the value of their stock on the market has risen too.
Until next time on the Zeta Report, This is Nancy Leader.